Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to install the seat belts. This is a Morris Classic Concept seatbelt kit, 3-point seatbelt kit. This is specifically built for the convertibles. I powder coated the brackets. I've already installed this one up here. That goes down in and mounts to the side of the convertible top assembly, so it was pretty important that that go in earlier. But we'll take you through how this works. Okay, let me see if I can find a place to put the camera here. Fancy. New camera stand, sorry. All right. So, okay, first things first. I'm gonna take this, which is an easy part. We're just gonna throw a washer up inside this plastic bit so that you can get it in there. Take one of the long bolts, get it over here, and we'll just get that out of the way early. Okay. We'll come back and torque all this stuff. But there's quite a bit of juking and carpet and stuff under this one, so you definitely need to use the long bolts. There we go. Okay, should be a good start. Now you take this bracket, try to get set up here so you can see this. Okay, now we take this bracket, we put the other long bolt through the washer, through the bracket, and we pick up this side of this bracket so that the little tab points out. And we start that in here. Yeah, not doing anything there. All right, there we go. Now we just roll this, lean that forward a little bit, like that, and crank that down. Okay, now, this is the only part where you really got to pay attention. You don't want this all twisted up, obviously. So, turn this around until it's happy. So the seatbelt's going to come around like that, down like that, and down like that. So I think that's right. Right. So basically, you just set it up so that it lays flat across the floor, like so. Okay? Now, next step. We're gonna put the spool box in. All right. Spool box goes through the bracket. It says to put the nut on the inside of the car. I've been putting the nut on the outside of the car, but hey, to each his own, right? Whew. Might have wanted to do that before I put that in. I think I did on the other side. Now that has a lock, serrated nut on the other side. Makes it a little easier to tighten up as it just digs in. Just pull that back a little bit. Doesn't have to be all the way back, but tilts back a little. There we go. Okay, next step is you pop the plastic off the D-ring. Just take that apart. And we take this bit up here. And we use this shoulder bolt down through the bracket and just put it through the hole. And nut and washer it. Sorry, the shoulder bolt and nut and washer. All right, I'm gonna tighten that up and I'll bring you back. It's a little hard to hold the camera and do this at the same time, so give me a sec. All right, so that shoulder bolt allows you the opportunity. So now this spins, right? And we just snap the cover back on. And that's that. The rear seat belts, they go in exactly like stock, so there was no mystery there. Just one bolt on each side, and it's all good. So, now, the seats actually have a hole for seat belts to go through, like a 4-point harness. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use that, if I'm gonna need that, but I'm gonna leave it like this for right now. If I need to take it back apart to thread through that hole, I will do so. But that's basically it for the Morris Custom Concepts seatbelts kit. That one is all installed over there. You can kind of see how it goes. You know, these came with lap belts, and convertibles only had lap belts. So this is just a level of safety. You don't need this. If you're comfortable with the lap belt, rock on with your bad self. I'd rather have a 3-point harness at minimum. So, you know, we'll do what we do. Okay, gotta move on to the seats. Okay, so I'm getting ready to mount the seats up. In a previous episode, I made these plates to mount the seats to the floor. I'm just gonna slap these in and show you what I got. It's a little funky. You gotta slide them forward, slide them back, do the front, slide them forward, do the back. All to be expected. I have double checked, make sure all my holes lined up on my bracket, so I should be good to throw this right in. So we'll see what happens. Okay, hopefully you can see what's going on from there. All right, so I'm going to throw this passenger seat in. All right, there we go. Let's try to get this in there without scratching the car. That'd be great. Or the window, or anything for that matter. Okay. There we go. Now let me get in there. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is get the front bolts started, just so I can get everything lined up. All right. Okay. Whoops. So that front fold in the carpet where it goes is going to work out really good because it goes up over the bolts and hides them, which I didn't realize when I was doing the carpet. All right, just start these. I'm not going to tighten them up crazy. Just want them to move a little bit. All right, now I'm gonna adjust this around a little bit. Pop this down a little more. I'm gonna slide this forward. There we go. And get my back one started. All right, that one starts. I guess I'll do that with a wrench. Get caught. Now, I don't know how a full-grown human's going to sit in the back seat of this thing, but it's going to be tight. But remember, I moved the seat back a little bit from normal mounting, just so I fit. I don't like being right up on the wheel, I never have. I always like to have a little arm length to the steering wheel. I did order floor mats. They should be here this week. And hopefully, this just slides back nice now. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, then we'll tighten these up. Okay, had a little brief detour there when I snapped the bolt off. Luckily, Louis kept me in practice. I was able to get it out pretty quick. Took me about 10 minutes. Anyway, most of that time was hunting for tools, obviously. I think this is it. The interior, check. These are not TMI seats. TMI seats are quite expensive, but these were given to me by a good friend of mine, Roger, who has unfortunately since passed. But look how well all that stitching and everything matches that TMI stitching. Everything is like crazy close. Good looking seats. Gave them to me. Can't thank him enough. Anyway, so the only thing I think I have left is I had unplugged the clutch safety switch so that I could start it without having to be in it. Got to get that plugged back in. But the door cards are done, the seat belts are done. Everything is in good shape. The only thing I got left to do that's kind of quasi-interior is the boot for this thing. And I'm not 100% sure how well that boot's going to go around the seat belt. So I've got to take a look at that. That may require a little stitching, little alterations, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this interior. You can almost fit a human over there. Not here. But you know, somebody slid that seat way up, you know, you might get a third person in if they have short legs or an amputee, something like that. Anyway, looking good, very happy with that. That interior looks good. I love the way the shifter laid out. I like the leather boot, the recessed boot like the newer Camaros. That's pretty nice. Of course, I've got a full boot underneath sealing the body. and the floor panel from the underside. But yeah, this is good. I'm pretty stoked. I'll take it. Yeah, so gonna move on to the next stuff on my list, which I don't even know what it is yet. I gotta look at the list, but got a bunch of small things that need to happen around here. I might just pick all that off this afternoon and call it a day. So anyway, thanks for joining me along with this and joining me for this little journey. But I really, really like the TMI interior. I think it looks good, looks modern. Just realized that the back seat does not have the orange stitching, but oh well, too late now. But anyway, we're gonna keep moving ahead. Everything else looks good, is what it is. Okay.